Oh, Canada, how I love thee for the amazing French-Canadian delicacy of gravy, French fries, and cheese curds known as poutine. You created one of the most violent and amazing sports in history of mankind, which you call hockey. It's just completely ironic considering how nice people are in Canada. Thine flag of red and white with a single maple leaf in the center, letting everyone know that you are, in fact, the world's largest supplier of Mrs. Buttersworth and Aunt Jemima. And for that, we give you thanks. But you guys aren't without your fair share of problems. I mean, you guys literally gave us Nickelback. How am I ever supposed to look at a photograph again without thinking of that really awful, horrible opening of that song? Man, it's almost like it should have never existed in the first place. And then you also gave us Justin Bieber. Are you kidding me? Out of everybody in the entire world that could have been a musical celebrity, you gave us this kid? But did you know there's something even worse than Nickelback? Something even worse than Justin Bieber. And then you look at Canada and you're like, how is that possible? I mean, pretty much everything that comes from there is not terrible. I mean, it might not be the best in the world, but it certainly ain't the worst. How bad is it, you may ask? It's so bad that they actually made 14 seasons. You're thinking, wait, 14 seasons? How could something from Canada be that atrocious? Well, here it is. Canada's worst driver. Canada's Worst Driver was a TV series that started in the year 2005 and its final season ending in the year 2018. The main plot of the show was to complete various challenges which tested the contestants' skills in order to get back their confiscated license from when they first arrived on set. They were often chosen by close friends and family members who submitted footage of their god-awful driving skills, and of course wanted the entire country of Canada to know to avoid them at all costs. The person who was the last one standing would be awarded the dishonorable title of Canada's Worst Driver. Now, because there's 14 seasons of this show, I'm not gonna go into every single season because I feel like that would just take way too much time. And honestly, after you kind of see one season, you've kind of seen them all. But there's one season that I watched in full that I thought was the most interesting, and that is season 8. Why, you may ask? Why season 8 out of all the 14 seasons? Well, it was the only time on the entire show where there was actually two worst drivers that were crowned Canada's worst driver. But how is that possible? There can only be one. Well, I think you'll be convinced after I show you some of this amazing footage from both of the worst contestants. Our first contestant is Flora.
Driving herself to rehab, it's easy to see why this home care worker hasn't developed any confidence.
Go, quickly, go, rush, you're too close to the right. You don't know how to turn the wheel or what?
Yeah, I don't know about you, but if I had Mao Zedong parking commands me every 5 seconds while driving out, I'd be pretty nervous as well. She messes up. A lot. So with Flora's horrible driving skills, you would think the last thing the show would want to do is put her on the street, right? Well, you in fact would be dead wrong because that's exactly what they do. And would you guess? She messes up. A lot. She tries to turn left from the right-hand lane.
So if you're going to turn left, which lane should you be in?
Left lane.
So do you know that you're not in the left lane?
She stops at every green light.
Stopped at a green light. You're stopped at a green light? Now we're stopped at a green light again.
I've seen glaciers move faster than her.
And that, my friends, is what you call Canadian boomer humor. And the worst part is that she tries to go straight into a right-only lane into a bus depot.
Flora gets into a clearly marked right turn lane, but she wants to go straight through the oncoming traffic of a bus depot.
And then when she tries to leave the bus depot, she almost runs over some pedestrians.
But after 30 seconds, she does manage to get turned 90 degrees, and she drives along the crosswalk.
Sorry. You go ahead.
And then shortly afterwards, makes a left-hand turn and somehow ends up on the left-hand side of the street.
You know what I can't stand? I can't stand it when people drive on the wrong side of the road.
So do you see that yellow line there? This means that you're in the oncoming traffic lane.
Okay, now that's just insane. I can maybe see trying to turn from the wrong lane, maybe because you forgot that you're supposed to turn there, or maybe at the green light, maybe you're nervous and you're thinking someone's gonna go out. But to literally drive on the wrong side of the street, are you for real? I don't know how she managed to do that. But if you really thought Flora was the worst driver on this show, because boy, you are dead wrong. This next person makes Flora's driving skills look like she's a goddess of driving. I'm just gonna show you Kevin here, and I think I'll let the video explain itself.
Kevin says he's a bad driver because of his bad vision.
I'm permanently blind in the right eye.
Permanently blind.
Yes.
What? What are you talking about? You never seen a man with one eye drive before? What are you, racist or something? Seriously, in all honesty, how can somebody who has really bad vision in one eye and completely blind in the other eye be allowed to have a driver's license? That's not just a liability to himself, but that's a liability to literally anybody else on the same road as him. You would have thought that the government of Canada would have, done something about it, but considering he's on Canada's worst driver, I can tell you they did jack shit about it. Now, just to demonstrate how bad Kevin's driving ability is, I'm going to show you this one test that they use in the final episode of the season. And it's so amazingly awful that I couldn't even do this bad if I even tried. As a matter of fact, you know what? Let's play a game. I'm gonna put a few options right here on the screen, and you're gonna choose which one do you think is the correct answer. No, really, take a guess on how many times he hit an obstacle. Because to be honest, I didn't believe it myself until I watched the clip. Because it's atrocious.
Look where you want to go.
Okay, now I gotta reverse. No, she ain't moving. Oh. Whoa! No!
Kevin might be Canada's worst driver.
And if you thought that obstacle course was a disaster, just wait till he hits the streets.
Stop. What are you doing, man?
You said I was stopped at a green light?
You are stopped at a green light, but why are you turning into the oncoming traffic?
Oop, that's
Whoa,
not gonna
whoa.
work. I'm gonna make this turn here.
You're not in the turn lane. You're not in the turning lane! You're not in the turning lane! Did you just go right through a stop sign without stopping?
I didn't see a stop sign.
Well, it was that big octagonal red thing. Buddy, do you
What?
see that red light?
No, I did not.
How did you not see that red light? That's a red light! Oh. See these pedestrians?
Ah!
They have the right of
Now
way.
I do.
Okay. Now, you did not see them, did you?
No, I did not. So I have to go over here. Right? I'm confused here. I'll just go this way.
Where are you going now? That's the oncoming traffic lane, my friend.
Back in the city, Kevin turns right from the inside lane.
So you checked the lane that you just cut off or not?
No.
What do you think is going weird here?
One way.
And now the most surprising part about this entire season is that even when Flora and Kevin are confronted, both of them refuse to hand in their driver's license and wanted to keep driving even though that they were a major liability on the road.
But before that happens, Our experts have a serious message for Kevin.
I don't think, Kevin, you should be driving.
You shouldn't be on public roads.
Well, I do disagree with that. As long as I hold a valid driver's license, I will continue to drive.
Flora is also not going to quit driving, even though our experts think she should too.
Flora, I think it's time to hand in your license.
You shouldn't be driving.
Although you keep talking like I need to stop driving. No, I need to drive. That's the skill everybody get. I don't think I couldn't grasp. I will try harder.
So, even after season 8, Kevin continues to drive on the road, which then prompts up Canada's worst driver ever. What's Canada's worst driver ever, you ask? Well, it's a season where they put all the 8 worst drivers and put them onto one show to see who is the worst driver to ever grace the wonderful country of Canada. And guess who won?
Kevin's very first turn is a left. And he's in the center lane? All right, Kevin, that was turning left from the center lane. You promised me earlier that you would not do that. Are you really turning left from the middle lane? You really are. You really are? You really are.
That was not the middle lane.
You're driving in 2 lanes with no signal. There's a guy behind you, really? Kevin botches the maneuver. Hitting the curb in a nice new Corvette.
That's not what I intended to do.
You're not really running this red light, are you?
No.
You're not? What do you mean you're not?
Ah, shoot.
Where are you, Kevin?
I'm in the middle of the intersection.
You're turning in.
What? I'm what?
There's a bus to your left. You're not in the left lane. There's a guy there. You're not in the left turn lane.
Don't yell right in my ear when
I was trying to get you to stop because you just cut that man off. Kevin, whoa, you're in the oncoming traffic lane.
Damn it.
The orange line was right to your right.
And so what have we learned at the end of the day? Rule number 1, if you're going to Canada, make sure you be very aware of your surroundings. If Kevin and Flora can get valid driver's licenses, you should be aware of anybody else that has a driver's license in Canada. Rule number 2, if you think that you're a bad driver, you may not be a bad driver. But if multiple professionals tell you that you're a bad driver, you really do suck at driving. And finally, remember, always stay safe on the road. Make sure you look both ways, use your turn indicators. I'm talking to you like I'm your driving instructor, which is probably boring the crap out of you. And thank you for suffering throughout the entire video. I really appreciate it, guys. If you could just leave a comment and thumbs up and possibly even subscribe. I'm begging for subscribers like everybody else on this platform. I'd be more than happy to appreciate it. Have a good one, guys. See you later. Wait, what is that? Who does that? Somebody does that, and I can't think of who it is. Oh, it's the berries and cream guy. Why am I recording still? All right, bye.